How are you, my internet what was that? How are you, my internet family, and welcome back for another video. And this one is a standy up video because I have some things to say. There's some stuff I want to clear up and a few things I want to address, and I just want to talk at you. There will be chat in this video about making money on YouTube. So if you're not one of my regular viewers, you may still enjoy this. Regardless of whether or not you want to set up a YouTube channel yourself, I just think this kind of stuff is interesting, and I am seeing increasingly more comments insinuating things and, I don't know, comments of a curious nature about how much I earn, how much other YouTubers earn, what we do for a living, all that kind of stuff. This video has been prompted by two different things. The first is that my little sister pranked me on her YouTube channel, and long story short, there was comments on her video and I was getting comments on my videos and tweets like these, saying basically that it was ridiculous that I teared up in Jessie's video over the idea of winning 10,000 euros. The little bitch gave me a fake scratch card and I thought I'd won 10,000 euros, and obviously people seem to think that I'm swimming in a big pile of 1,000 euro notes or some shit. Do you want to see a bit of the wall in my house that I'm looking at right now? There you go. I do not live in a fancy mansion. I do not drive a Lamborghini. I can't even drive. Do I have a good job and good earnings? Yes. I run a company. I get a salary from that company, which is the same money that my dad and my brother both get paid in their jobs. I'm not angry at all about people who were leaving comments like this. I more just want to educate you a little bit. The other thing that prompted this video was this tweet about the fact that I do not just sit in my room talking to a camera, and so much more goes into doing this as a job than a lot of people realise. I do wish people would not be so reductive about us YouTubers, just maybe based on the few who seem to just get millions of views a week and show off a whole lot. A big section of YouTube has turned into one big dick measuring contest, but I assure you, the section of YouTube that I like to frequent and stuff like that, the videos I watch, the people I love, money's not the driver, but money helps. It helps us to keep doing this all the time. Every video I put up on this channel, I always want to have some kind of message for you guys in it, regardless of what it's about. You know that I upload all sorts of different types of videos. The intent of why I set up my channel in the first place was to connect with people. When I started, there was very few people making a living on YouTube, and it just wasn't a realistic goal. I think my original ultimate goal was to get 10,000 subscribers. First things first, subscribers is not what makes you money on YouTube. You can make money from this website at home. Right now you can start. Some people do make millions off the platform. It's very common for sizable channels like mine to make a really good living. A lot of people make, you know, a six-figure income, but take away tax from that. Many of us will play ads on our videos, and if there is no copyrighted music in our video, and if our video hasn't been demonetized, a lot of my videos are demonetized, but Google/YouTube then gives us a cut of what they were paid to show that ad. And to sum up this, in my 5 years on YouTube, the average of what I will get for 1 million views is $1,000. And I'm not snubbing my nose at that whatsoever. Like, that is absolutely amazing. But because I don't set out to make viral content, I don't use clickbait tactics, and, you know, I don't do all the drama stuff and all that kind of thing. My entire channel will gather about 1 million views a month. So, you know, some people might be raking in a few million views a day on their whole channel, but for me, the average income from YouTube is $1,000 a month, and that varies over the year because ads at Christmas and stuff will pay more than ads in January, and yeah, it's like this. It's definitely not a reliable source of income, and I feel like because so many people now are listing famous YouTuber as their gold job and stuff like that, I just want to say, please make videos because you have something you want to share and that you're passionate about. It shows. Anyway, so yeah, it's not about subs, it's about your views and your watch time. So like, my watch time has gone up hugely over the years, so even though I used to get a lot of more views, like I had viral videos and all that kind of thing, now people stick around to watch my videos a lot longer. So my average retention time now is like really high. The longer your videos are as well, you can put in extra ads into the videos, which I know is annoying. But at the same time, it's free to watch YouTube. It's very different with like television, you know, you pay for your subscription to Sky or whatever, and then you also have to sit through minutes and minutes of ads in shows. And content creation can cost a lot of money and time. A lot of people don't focus on how much time it takes to just edit and upload a video. And on the money end of things, depending on what you're making, so like this video, obviously, I didn't have to go out and buy anything fancy for this, but all your equipment and your editing software, you know, you're always updating that stuff. And several of my videos, for example, these 3 here, which are more cinematic, a lot of my content does cost money and plane tickets and me paying other people to hold the camera, and there's all kinds of expenses depending on what you want to do. You may be wondering how medium-sized YouTube channel people like me get by and live a comfortable life, if that's all that the ad revenue amounts to. And here I will go into the other streams of revenue that we venture into. First, I'll use myself as an example. I do sporadic sponsorship deals. Looking at a list here of my recent sponsorship deals, I've worked with a hair vitamins company, Cineworld, HBO, Rimmel, L'Oreal, various apps. I do paid talks. I've done talks for Google in universities, and then with different groups going into schools to do talks. I've done TV work and presenting work on other YouTube channels. I'm designing merch, and I'll be bringing out merch very soon, which I previewed on Instagram stories recently. A lot of YouTubers do the merch thing, and then there's things like books. I've always loved writing anyway, so that was like a no-brainer. Literally been talking about wanting to get published since one of my first videos years ago. I build on my teaching degree with all the talks and all that kind of shite. And then, yeah, like it's not all through YouTube. I have a social media presence across multiple platforms, and I have to keep all of this ongoing. And, you know, one brand deal might take months to come to fruition. I have a manager now who helps, and he'll bring me loads of different jobs, and I'll be like, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes. I'm not going to give a mention or do an entire dedicated video for any old crap. Do you know what I mean? It has to fit in with what I do. Luckily here on YouTube I just do me, but you know, for example, I worked with Skittles one time on a Pride campaign they were doing, and my way of working with Skittles would have been very different from, say, my friend Dodie, who is a musician. She also worked with the same campaign but did it in a very different way. And say, yeah, YouTube musicians, they'll have their own different various streams of income. There's just like so much research and time and effort goes into making this stuff into a viable business. What I want to say is, while anyone technically can do it, you know, YouTube is there, and all you have to do is make a Google Adsense account or whatever and link it to your YouTube channel and upload stuff, make stuff, and learn how to do all that stuff yourself and teach yourself. But not just anyone can make it and be successful over an extended period of time. You have to really want it. You have to be okay with the instability of it. I feel like you have to and should have a backup plan. My God, I'm trying to diversify so much, just because what if this website just blows up one day? You never know. There are plenty of people who make videos on YouTube and they don't monetize their videos because they purely just do it like it's a creative outlet for them, you know. And there are definitely people who only do this for the money, and that's it. It's like literally their eyes are dollar signs. But a lot of us are happy to just have people watch what we do and, you know, make a living from that. I got a comment about why I'm releasing merch, for example, after like going 5 years without having any merch out. The main reason for that, honestly, is because you guys have asked me so many times. Because at the end of the day, I sell a hoodie, the merch company takes a big percentage of that, and then my management company takes a percentage, and like you'd have to be selling so many. It's the same even with the book stuff. Like I just wanted to do that even though I knew it wasn't a massive money thing. The advance was a few grand, which is split up between when you hand the book in and then when they approve the book. It can take what took me like a year and a half or something to write the first one, and I still haven't gotten my first royalties check. I think that's like, I don't know, it's soon anyway, but yeah, like that was a passion project. Loads of things that I do are passion projects, but then I do the brand deals, and sell things, to use that profit to keep doing that and to get by and, you know, feed myself, pay rent, save for a house, and do all the other normal things that people with jobs do. It just upsets me when people think that YouTubers don't do anything and that we don't have talent. Engaging tens or hundreds of thousands or millions of people over an extended period of time takes some level of talent and work and preparation and dedication. It also upsets me when people assume that we're all kind of sitting around on beds of cash, you know, and that it's all about money. I know it's really sad that a certain section of YouTube has become all about, you know, flexing and showing off. I do this still because I love it. The day I stop enjoying doing YouTube, I'm not going to do it anymore. There's plenty of other things I can do. I've been offered some really good jobs over the past few years that would have given me really good money, like stable and all, but I think I'm entrepreneurial at heart. I want to grow my business. I want to give you guys value in anything I put out, even if it's just having a friendly voice in the background while you get ready or while you clean your house or have a bath. You know, there's a reason behind everything I do. Why did I tear up when I thought I'd won 10 grand on a fake scratch card? Because it's 10 grand. I value money. Getting 10 grand tax-free, instantly what came to my head was all the things I could do for other people with that money. I even said it in the video because it was my mum's birthday. I was just thinking how cool it would be to go downstairs and tell her and plan things that we could do, like family trips and all that kind of stuff. I'm not trying to put anyone off pursuing this as a job. In fact, like, I encourage you to start a YouTube channel if that's what you really want to do. Just know that it's not an overnight ticket to being a multimillionaire, but it can be a very bumpy road to a very fulfilling job, even though I still don't know what my job is or what to tell people that it is that I do, because I don't know, because there's so many things. Oh my god, why am I adding fingers? That's my little rant for today. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Those thumbs ups really help with more people finding my channel, and you know what them views means them dollar bills.